There is a person outside who they seemed out of sorts, just kind of wandering around.
Countless times every day across the country.
There's a guy right behind my back fence in the alley near the dumpster moaning.
Calls for help.
Having some sort of mental crisis.
That can be hard to answer.
Wound care equipment, saline, gauze, Band-Aids, naloxone for overdoses.
In Eugene, sometimes that answer is people like Dan Feltz.
Sometimes what we need in our most desperate hour is just somebody to talk to.
In this city and neighboring Springfield, Oregon, when a non-emergency, non-criminal call comes in,
Thought it'd be worth like a swing by so that someone more qualified could check on them.
dispatchers can send a trained mental health professional like Feltz instead of a police officer.
Make sure that people have access to resources other than law enforcement when they're having mental health crises.
He's a member of CAHOOTS. It stands for Crisis Assistance Helping Out on the Streets.
We don't show up with weaponry. We don't show up with handcuffs.
The belief is unarmed CAHOOTS teams of crisis workers and medics can better respond to people struggling with issues like mental health or emotional crisis.
When a police officer goes and they look like me, gun, badge, it's a little bit demonstrative, and sometimes it has a tendency to escalate the situation.
Chris Skinner is Eugene's police chief.
When somebody like CAHOOTS goes, where it's people that are just kind of dressed the same, they kind of look the same, they have a softer approach, it has a tendency to de-escalate those things.
There are lots of these call types that are nonviolent in nature. They're simply somebody crying out for help.
Ben Brubaker is a director at Whitebird Clinic. The nonprofit has run CAHOOTS since the late 80s. Now communities are calling them for guidance. Denver started a similar pilot program last month.
We need to change the way that our public safety systems work and see, how does public safety look through a different lens?
A viewpoint of listening.
Eugene Police and Fire.
I was wondering if you could connect me to CAHOOTS.
Listening to voices they believe across the country aren't heard enough.
We are there to show up, bear witness, see you as you are, as a human being, and offer whatever kind of support we can without judgment.